All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim B'cha Kodash. That honor is unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love to the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity, and also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this lesson, I just wanted to give a quick testimony of a conversation that I had with an Assyrian. All right. And I came across this guy on my job. Okay. I was turning the gas on for him. And how the conversation started was he offered me water because he said that in his culture, they would normally um, do service unto a worker to make sure that their job, goes through smoothly. Okay. And then I asked him, I said, "Sir, where are you from?" And then he said, "I'm from the Middle East." And he said, "Do you know where that is?" And I was like, "Yeah." Then he said, "Oh, I'm surprised." Now, in my mind, I got kind of offended because why are you surprised that I know where the Middle East is? But then he said, most people don't know where the Middle East is. He said that I told someone here in America that I was from the Middle East, and they said Italy. Then he said, "No, no, no, my friend. That's far from Italy." Okay. But that goes to show you, man, how these other nations view Americans, okay? Especially Jake. He was surprised that I knew where the Middle East was. But then I said to him, I said, can you be more specific? Are you from Iran or whatnot? He said, "No, I'm from Iraq." Because at first, he appeared to be Iranian, right? He said, I stayed. He said, I was born and raised in Iraq, and then I moved, okay? And then I asked him, I said, "Are you a Syrian?" Now, the reason that I asked that question is because at this moment, this past, 2 weeks, man, I've been studying the Neo-Assyrian Empire, okay? And it's just, spiritual, man, that I got a chance to meet an Assyrian in person, right? Now, for him to know his nationality, and his heritage, man, they go to show you that these heathen nations, all right, they're not under the curses for one, okay, and that they have an idea of who they are. This man straight up told me that he was an Assyrian. I was like, damn, you know. But I've been studying the Neo Assyrian Empire these past 2.5 weeks, man. You know, guys like Shalmaneser and different other Assyrian kings, different kings spoken about in the scriptures, man. So just to meet an Assyrian in person, I was like, oh man, this is, this is wonderful, right? But I told him, I said, yeah, man, I know all about Assyria. I said, I've been studying the Neo-Assyrian Empire. He said, oh, really? He said, okay. He was like, I'm like blown away pretty much. And to myself, I'm like, bro, why are you, blown away and surprised that I know about Assyria? But once again, it goes to show you how these other nations view Jake, man. And just Americans overall, here in the Western civilization, they don't expect you to know anything, man. Okay? But being in this truth, man, has elevated my knowledge on history. You know, reading the scriptures, it forces you to get into the history of the world of the scriptures, man. And if you don't know the history of the scriptures, if you don't know no secular history, brother, let me tell you something. You don't know the Bible, man. All you know how to do is just quote precepts and sound good. In order to understand this Bible, you got to get into history, man. You got to get into the history, the secular history, and get familiar with names and cultures, man. Learn how to read maps, get into archaeology, right? anthropology. Those are things that you gotta know. But if you don't know those things, then guess what? One of these, Edomite Christian scholars can confound you, man. Because those Christian scholars, they get into anthropology and into maps and archaeology, man. But here it is. This is our book. And we're supposed to know these things, man. So if you don't know none of this history, bro, you are really, really like hindering your spirit and your growth, brother, if you don't know the history of this Bible, man. And the people, okay? Now, real quick, I'm going to get this scripture here in Genesis chapter 10, okay? Because Assyria or Shur, okay, the father of the Assyrians, he came from Shem, right? This is Genesis chapter 10, in which the scholars call this chapter here the Table of Nations, right? So this is Genesis 10:22. It says, the children of Shem, Elam, right? Who are the Elamites today? The Persians, okay, the so-called Iranians. They are the Elamites, man, right? Then it says Ashur, okay? Who is Ashur? If you click on it here in the Hebrew, all right, it will tell you. So the Hebrew word for Ashur is Ashur, okay? Ashur. If you have, access to one of those 12 tribes chart, okay, it'll tell you on there, right? When you go to the Table of Nations sides, if you go down to Assyria, it'll tell you Ashur, okay? So it says here, Assyria, right? It says the second son of Shem. It says the people of Assyria, the nation of Syria, the land of Syria or Shur, right? It says proper name of a people and territory, okay? He said he was from Iraq, man. That's what the Assyrian Empire was. If you do your research, all right, right by Elam, man, okay, Persia. And then you had Media on top of that, and then under them you had Syria, okay, right? Then you had the hold up, who was that? The Armenians, right? All of them were surrounding each other, man. Okay, so we're just knowing this history, it's beautiful, man, when you can, identify with people and actually have a conversation with them about their heritage and their culture, man. And look, I give our praise to Yahweh Shema Shah, man, because history for me is like breathing. Okay, I have absolutely no problem going into it. That's what I do. Okay, that's what I do all day. I go to sleep to documentaries, like the Roman Empire, the Greeks. I go to sleep to that stuff, and I wake up to it, man. Like last night I went to sleep to a documentary about Egypt, man. All right, and certain pharaohs, okay, during the Hyksos period, who possibly encountered Joseph, man. Okay, the Hyksos people, right, who were Shemitic, by the way. Okay, they descended from Shem. Now, the scholars don't know that their actual nationality, all right, but they know that the Hyksos came in and overthrew, all right, a Mizraim for a period of time, man. And they say, according to history, that Joseph, he encountered those Hyksos pharaohs, bro. All right, during I believe the 15 and 16 dynasty, man. Okay, but I'm just sharpening up on all my history, bro. Just stay on top of everything, because it's good to know these things, man. Okay, but to meet an actual Assyrian, which I probably met one before, but I never talked to them or like asked them unless I'm turning the gas on or something. But for him to say that to me, man, I was like, okay, damn, this is actual Assyrian, man. My man looking like the leg pleaser. That boy looking like Shalmaneser the third, man. Yeah. Hey, but that's it, bro. I'm gonna close out, bro. I just want to give that testimony, man. Okay. This Bible is cold, man. All right, the spirit is cold. Get into their history, man, and you'll be surprised because you get opened up to different cultures and people, man. It is amazing, truly. All right. So with that, I'm gonna close out, man. Lord willing, it was edifying. All praise Yahweh by Shema Shai. Shalom.